I'm here today with a foundation first impressions of the new Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. When I saw she was coming out with foundation, I was so excited. I had really only tried her rose gold eyeshadow palette, but I loved the creamy mattes in there so much that I also got really excited when I heard this baby was coming out, which is what's on my eyes. So make sure you're subscribed so that way you know when the tutorial for this look comes out. This palette is just phenomenal. So I was super excited to try the foundation. It just recently launched and I immediately put in an order. There are tons of swatches online. If you type in Faux Filter swatches, it has nice thick swatches. They're not blended out, but you can kind of see what they look like on different skin tones. I picked up two for the sake of this video, Cheesecake 250 and Macaroon 230, which I thought was going to be a little dark. I have a little self-tan on. So many lighter shades that I was like, ooh, maybe these are going to be too dark. But I ended up using Cheesecake 250G, which is a golden undertone, because I do have a little bit of self-tan. I feel like I could have even gone darker. So there's a nice wide range of foundations to choose from. This is a full, medium to full coverage. I feel like it got pretty full really quick. So it's supposed to be for all skin types. It's supposed to give you a natural radiant matte satin finish. So that's interesting. But I do have to say it is like matte, but it does have a radiance to it, which I think is kind of cool. So I'm really, really excited to see how this wears throughout the day. Have you guys tried this foundation out? I know it's new, but are you guys excited about it? Let me know down in the comments below. And now before we jump into the first impressions, don't forget to subscribe. That way you can know when all my new videos come out. You can see this tutorial. Maybe it's already up. I don't know which order I'm putting these up yet. But make sure you subscribe and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up before you leave. It really does help me to have those thumbs up and those comments. So thank you guys so much. Let's get into the first impressions. So I was super excited when I saw that she was coming out with a foundation, because you guys know I love testing foundations, but I'm a huge fan of her eyeshadow palette. So I'm testing the primer, the brush, and the foundation today. So we'll start off with the primer. This is the Complexion Perfection Pre-Makeup Base. So this is a hydrating makeup base that creates a smooth canvas while gripping makeup and moisturizing the skin. So it looks like it's a white primer. This retails for $35. It is a silky smooth formula, and it works to blur the appearance of pores and fine lines, smooths the skin for a fresher, longer lasting, and more flawless makeup look. It has dimethicone, which is known for protecting and moisturizing the skin. Let's see, rosehip oil to be high in antioxidants and highly nourishing. And let's see how this is. It definitely is very moisturizing feeling. It feels like almost like kind of like a thicker cream on the face. I've never quite felt a foundation primer like this before. I ordered two shades. I hope one of these works. This is Macaroon 230N, which is a neutral shade, and Cheesecake, which is 250G, which has some golden undertones. This retails for $40 and you get 1.18 fluid ounces. All right, I think I'm gonna go with this one, which is Cheesecake, which is the golden undertone, only because I have a bit of a self-tanner on, and so I definitely want something that's a little bit more warm with my skin because I'm a self-tanner. It says it's a full coverage cream that visibly conceals blemishes and imperfections for a filter-like finish, packed with high percentage of ultrafine pigments. The Faux Filter Foundation visibly smooths and evens texture, diminishes the appearance of blemishes, scars, hyperpigmentation, and redness. It's supposed to give you a flawless airbrush finish. I'm pretty sure I saw her put this on her arm and then run it underwater, which I did swatch this on my arm yesterday, and then I took a shower and it was really hard to get off of my skin. So it definitely is water resistant because I had to use some serious soap to get that off. I probably should have opened this fluff and blend brush before I started. Hopefully this doesn't start drying. Let's start blending. Ooh, that's a little bit hard when it's been sitting on your skin for a bit. And it has a fragrance. It's kind of perfumey scenting. I really like it. If you are sensitive to scents, you might not enjoy it, but I actually really like it. I think it smells so good. It just smells like cologne. I mean, I feel like you could use any brush that you already have, but you guys know I just love trying like a whole new collection. So I do feel like it is kind of like dragging a little bit. Like, if you can see there, it's like I'm kind of tugging at my skin to really blend it out, but it is blending nicely. You can see there, I mean, that's really good coverage. I haven't even used a full pump on this side of my face yet. I'm gonna do the other side with the Beauty Blender just because I kind of want to see how I like it with the Beauty Blender. I usually try to do like half with the brush, half with the Beauty Blender. This Fenty Beauty Sponge, which I'm like obsessed with, to blend out this side. Yeah, I definitely should have gone darker. I feel like this color would work when I'm not very tan, so I'm gonna have to like bronze up my skin. I feel like they have a lot of light shades because there was quite a few shades before these ones, and I felt like these ones were gonna be maybe too dark for me, you know, with the self tan, but no. It's definitely full coverage. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Like, a pump and a half got me full coverage all over my face. So you could obviously do a little bit less and have maybe like a more medium coverage, but I mean, I feel like this got full coverage pretty easy without much work. It looks really pretty on the skin. It doesn't look super heavy or cakey. It hasn't quite dried down yet, but I feel like it doesn't accentuate pores. I have been blowing my nose like crazy because I've been so sick. I don't feel like it's accentuated any dryness around my nose, which my nose area is very dry. Like, it looks really nice. It's very full coverage, which I'm not particularly like used to because I usually wear more medium coverage, but it's really pretty. I feel like this color actually blends well with my neck. So we're going to, I'm gonna just blend it down with the rest of it. So I'm going to finish up with the rest of my makeup, finish my eyes. This is a two-part video, so when I'm done doing my makeup, I'll come back in and then we'll check in throughout the day. Finished up with the rest of my makeup, my concealer, all of that. I honestly didn't really powder the rest of my face. I just kind of powdered under my eyes to set my concealer and just the center of my face to set my concealer, and everything applied so beautifully over it. Like, I didn't feel like anything, I didn't feel like I needed powder on the rest of my face in order to do my bronzer. And that's 8:45, so I've had it on for about 45 minutes and it feels really, really nice. Like, I was up way too early filming this morning. 6:30 is like way too early to start filming tutorials. But when I look close, it still looks really nice. I know around my nose, because I am dry, it's not really accentuating any dryness around my nose, which I appreciate. So far so good. I love the way it looks. It definitely looks flawless. That full coverage really does conceal and perfect any areas that you might want covered. Also don't feel like it's too heavy. Like, I don't feel like it's a really heavy makeup-y look. So far I really like it. We're gonna see how it wears. It's 8:45. We got lots of hours left in the day. We do have a workout today as well, so we'll see how it holds up through that. Luckily it's not leg day, so shouldn't be too bad. But let's see how it wears throughout the day. I'll check in a few hours. I'm back in with a check-in. It is now almost 2:30, so I have had this on nearly 6.5 hours, and let's grab this little mirror here and see how it's holding up. Oh, let me grab this mirror. All right. I haven't touched up at all, haven't blotted, haven't touched up. Had a great workout at the gym earlier. So I have a little bit of shininess right here. You can see a little bit of oil. I'm definitely quite shiny and oily, which it's actually not too bad for 6.5 hours wear, in my opinion. I don't feel like it's broken up. I just feel like it needs a little bit of blotting. I didn't put any additional product. I just like to use this to kind of absorb any oil and just kind of matte down the face. And I do wash this every time before I use it. So I don't know how you don't wash it. Like, you have to get it wet anyways. You might as well just put a little soap and wash it. That way it always stays clean. If you have dry skin, you're gonna really like this. If you have insanely oily skin, you'll just probably want to blot or just kind of check it. I haven't even looked at my face for hours, so I didn't even realize I was that oily. But it wasn't too bad, and now I feel like it looks good. It's not oily. It does have some like radiance to it. There is definitely like a little bit of a glow, but it's not too much, you know? So far so good. I don't find it's breaking up. It's not breaking up around my nose or my mouth, which I've eaten and gone about my day. So I'll check back in a few more hours and we'll see how it's holding up. Okay, I'm back with my final check-in. I am really tired and I can't stop sneezing and I'm so congested. So I'm at that point in the day where I'm just ready to take my makeup off, get my comfy clothes, and call it a day. So it is currently 6 o'clock p.m. I've had this on for 10 hours and I'm super impressed. I really am. I did that little blot check a few hours ago, like what, 4 hours ago? And I can see, like, especially in this lighting with these bright lights, I am, like, again, a little bit shiny right through my T-zone. But you know what? That's also where I put my concealer, that Pro Glow concealer. So that could have something to do with it because, you know, it's a glowy concealer. I've been blowing the heck out of my nose because I'm so ridiculously congested. But even looking in the mirror, like, it's worn off a little bit around my nose, but not nearly as bad as I would expect with how much I've been blowing my schnoz today, okay? Literally, I feel like I have tissue in every room and my nose is like raw. So it's actually held up really good. I feel like my nose doesn't look super red like it usually does. And it's not accentuating any of the dryness around my nose. I do feel like it still has held up nicely in like around my chin, even after eating. My forehead, I feel like it still is on there. I am, you know, pretty shiny at the moment, but one blot sesh, I think this is pretty good. I want to keep playing with it and see if like the concealer had anything to do with it, and also if the primer is just like extra hydrating. Maybe if you have more oily skin, you can skip on the hydrating primer and just use whatever normal primer you use. It's a new primer for me as well, and it was hydrating, and it did feel very like heavy on the skin, not in like a clog your pores way, but in a much heavier consistency than my skin is used to. I usually use something along the lines of the like Smashbox Primerizer is my favorite right now, and that's very lightweight. So I hope this was helpful. Have you guys tried this foundation? What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. And this eye look, by the way, I know I'm not doing a check-in on my eye look, but I did my eye makeup at like 7 o'clock this morning, so it's almost been 12 hours. And I mean, I still feel like it looks metallic. I still feel like it looks very duochromy. And look at that. Do you guys see the liner in my waterline? It's like still there. It didn't move or budge. It's like very much still there, and I have not applied that. So 11 hours of wear, and that eyeliner is like staying put. So if you want to know what eyeliner I used, you gotta go check out my tutorial. But for watching, don't forget to subscribe before you leave and give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!